Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a highly requested review of the new Makeup Revolution Jewel Collection palettes. These just launched recently on the Ulta website, and when I showed them in my Monday makeup haul, you guys, this was the #1 requested review because I think a lot of you, just from the feedback that I got in the comments, said that you couldn't really tell on the Ulta website based on the photos, which, let's be honest, Ulta's website photos are not the best, and usually the colors aren't very true to life. So a lot of you guys said that you weren't sure quite which palette to get. You had a couple of them in your cart and wanted to sort of narrow them down a little bit. So today I'm going to show you some swatches of each palette. I'll show you the palettes up close so you can really get a good idea of what the colors look like. And I also did a look with one of the palettes this morning. I used the Opulent one, and this one's a little bit more on the cool tone side. So I did like a grayish, plummy, sort of purple eye with this. So without further ado, why don't we just jump right in? Okay, so first up, let's start with the Opulent palette, and this is the one that's a little bit more on the cool tone side. Each of these palettes is $15 and comes with 20 shades. You get 14 regular eyeshadows, and then the 6 up here have a slightly different formula. So I'm going to read you the description on the Ulta website. It says, "Sparkle with the Makeup Revolution Jewel Collection eyeshadow palette in Opulent. This jewel-like selection features cool tone pinks, amethyst, and gunmetal, alongside transition shades of creams and mauve. This palette includes 14 silky and richly pigmented matte, shimmer, and glitter powder eyeshadows, plus 6 new formula shades in a slick cream to powder hybrid that creates an incredible foil-like finish." So this one is definitely one of my favorites because of all the cool tones in here, and I really don't have a lot of cool tones in my collection. I'm starting to build them back up again, but we've just been all, I think, on a warm tone kick lately. So first, when I saw this palette, I wasn't sure about these little pans right here because it made me think of their Ultra Flawless palettes that they have, or the Fortune Favors the Brave, and I wasn't like too super impressed with those formulas. I just thought they were okay, so I wasn't expecting too much out of these shades down here, but they are incredible. I did swatch a few of them in my haul video the other day, but if you didn't see that one, let me just show you quickly how these glide on like butter. They are so creamy and so buttery. I think it's one of Makeup Revolution's best formulas ever. And then these shades up here, oh my goodness, I know I showed you a full set of swatches, but I really want you guys to see like how these go on just really quickly. I mean, look at that. Look how creamy and gorgeous and buttery these shadows are. They are amazing. I actually created a look with this palette today, which is on my eyes right now. So I'll show you that one a little bit later in the video, which shades I used, and I'm just gonna go through real quick with like a voiceover. So this video isn't a million years long. But anyway, that's the Opulent palette. So if you like those cooler tones, purples, mauves, grays, you're gonna love this one. All right, and then next up we have the Gilded palette, and this one is so beautiful if you like warm tones. So let me just read you the description really quickly. It says, "Go for gold with the Makeup Revolution Jewel Collection eyeshadow palette in Gilded. This 24-karat selection features warm, cool, and yellow golds alongside transition shades of tans, browns, and black." And then it goes on to say, like the other one, that includes 14 richly pigmented matte, shimmer, and glitter shades, plus the 6 new formula shades in a slick cream to powder hybrid that creates an incredible foil-like finish. So yes, this palette is full of those really golden shades. It's so pretty. This copper one, I've been dying to swatch. I haven't even touched this one yet. So let's try these out right here. So beautiful. I mean, they are just the most buttery shadows ever. And at a drugstore price, I mean, come on, like these are competing with very high-end shadows. Let's try a matte shade. I want to just swipe this orange one really quickly. I mean, even the mattes, like you can see how they just really go on nicely and intensely, but at the same time, they just look super soft. And the mattes have very little fallout, which I was impressed with as well. These shades up here along the top row do have a bit of fallout. When I was doing my demo and creating this look, I didn't have any fallout until I got to these shades right here, and I tried to apply one to my lids with a brush and it just sort of crumbled all underneath my eye. With my finger, it was a little bit better. There was less fallout and I was able to just sort of like pat the shade on my eye, and there wasn't as much fallout as there was with a brush. But just keep that in mind that there is fallout with these shimmer shades up here, but you really don't need to wet them to create a really shiny foiled effect. They are beautiful. And then the third one is Deluxe. And let me just read you the description of this one really quick. It says, upgrade your party look with the Makeup Revolution Jewel Collection eyeshadow palette in Deluxe. This stunning selection features rich rose golds, pinks, and coppers, alongside transition shades of tan and pink. And then again, it mentions the formula being richly pigmented, matte shimmer and glitter eyeshadows, plus the 6 in the new formula. So this one is really, really pretty as well. I feel like some of the shades repeat from the other two palettes. Like you do have some golds and coppers in here, and then you also have some of those pinks and sort of mauvey purples, but there is definitely a different color selection in here, which I hope you could see from the swatches. What I'll do now quickly is just insert the swatches, all three side by side, so you can just compare them to each other, because it's harder when you're just looking at them individually. I think they all look pretty, but at the end of the day, it helps, I think, to see them just next to each other, and you can really like figure out exactly which shades you would use the most. All right, so now let's just jump into my demo really quick, and I'll show you how I got this look that I'm wearing on my eyes today using the Opulent palette. So first up, I went ahead and applied the taupey gray shade Peace to my crease, that rhymes, and that blended out really, really beautifully with a brush. I'm using my Beauty Junkies eyeshadow brush set, which is one of my favorite brush sets, and I think it rivals Sigma. They are very, very similar to Sigma brushes, so I'll link those down below. And then I went ahead and applied the shade Reveal, which is a deep plummy like mauve, to the outer corner of my eye and just blended that up and in a little bit. And then I went back in with a fluffy blending brush and added a little bit more of that Peace shade just to blend those two together a little bit and bring it a little higher up. And then on my lid, I went ahead and applied the shade Paris, which is one of those larger shades in the top row. And this one is just the most gorgeous pinky purple sort of mauve color. It's absolutely beautiful. I applied that all over my lid. I started out with a brush, like I said before, and then I had a little bit of fallout issues, so I went ahead and patted it on with my finger instead. But either way, it goes on super intensely. And then last but not least, I finished off with the shade Participate. This is another one of those shades along the top row, and it's a lighter pink, and I just used that as a pop on the center of my lid and blended that one out as well. So overall, I love how this look came out. First impression wise, I'm really, really impressed with these palettes because I feel like the mattes are so easy to blend out on the eye and just so soft, and the shimmer shades are just gorgeous. I love how foiled they look on your eyes without having to wet the brush. They just go on so shiny if that's something that you're looking for, especially with the holidays coming up. If you have parties to go to and things like that, I think that these palettes would be absolutely gorgeous, and you can create some beautiful looks with them. And not to mention that there are 20 shades in here for $15, so you really, I think, can't go wrong with these palettes. I would definitely recommend them without hesitation to you guys because I think they are just so, so good for the price. Definitely worth the money. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also let me know in the comments below if you picked up any of these palettes, or if you are planning to, which one are you getting? I would love to chat with you guys. And also, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified every time I upload new videos, which is a few times a week. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.